So there for a second, that was showing a lot of drop frames. That'd be a bad way to start. So there for a second, that was okay, good. But audio is working, which is a good thing. I feel like I say the same thing at the beginning of every single stream. Oh crap! I forgot to put my headphones on. I knew I forgot something. Now you see, the annoying thing about my headphones is there's a short in them. I don't know why. Where you at? Yeah, wait. Do a thing. Get. There we go. I knew I forgot something. Dadgummit. Yeah, I've got a short in my headphones. I don't know why. They fell on the floor one day, and yeah, ever since then, I've had to plug this in just some, but not all the way, because if I plug it in all the way, I can't hear through. So I have to have it in maybe 3/4 of the way in there for me to be able to hear right. Not enough, can't hear nothing. Too much is garbled, so I have to plug it in there just right. Also, the microphone jack in the front of my computer quit working. Not sure why. I tried to look up some solutions and couldn't figure it out. So I have to plug it in the back. So let's do that right now. Now, the fun thing about this is I have to listen to something in order to be able to do it. Let's actually get the chat to where I can hear it. Bug's already... Dang it, Bug. You're already demanding action. I'm sorry I have to plug my microphone in. Or my headphones in. So demanding, Bug. Okay. So I guess I gotta listen to myself. I knew I was forgetting something. Okay, unmute myself. Okay. So I guess I gotta listen to myself. You're hearing me twice. That's the most horrible thing I can do to somebody. I'm sorry. Myself. Okay. So I guess I gotta listen to myself. You're hearing me twice.
Where's that?
That's the most horrible thing I can do to somebody.
Where's the hole?
I'm sorry. Myself. Okay. So
Oh my gosh, this is bad. Where's the hole? I gotta find the hole. I gotta unplug the speaker.
Oh, okay. Duh. Had to unplug the speakers, you moron. In order to plug this in. Okay. Found the hole. Getting it in the hole. Okay. Found the hole. Getting it in the hole. I hear myself. Okay. I can pause the stream now. Two shooks. That's 2 shooks too many for most people. Well, good. This started off great. This stream just started off wonderfully. Okay. No, I don't want to quit. Again, starting off wonderfully. Okay, let me make sure that all the levels are good. I got subtitles on. Yeah. That looks good. Can you hear me okay? I'm guessing you can hear me okay. I could hear myself okay. I normally don't subject myself to hearing myself that much at the beginning of a stream because, again, who wants to hear 2 of me? I'm surprised people want to hear 1 of me. So, but yeah, it looked like it was moving smoothly. Looks like it's sounded like it. Okay, good. We should be good. Hopefully I haven't forgotten anything else. I'm sure it says they stole Max's brain, episode 303, right? 7 Max 303, they stole Max's brain at the beginning. Okay. Yeah, start new game. I'm not hearing the game. Why am I not hearing the game? Can you hear the game bug? Is it my headphones? No, there's no audio showing on OBS. Okay. Let's just restart the game. Please don't be in windowed mode. Please don't be in another resolution. Be in the same exact resolution as you were. Okay, good. I was scared of. Okay, I heard a click. I heard a clicky click. Okay. I think it's because I unplugged the speaker and had to plug in my headphones. I know for one thing that this game will not work properly with a controller unless you plug in the controller, then start the game. So I think the problem was I started the game, changed the sound source, and it was like, where do I send the sound? Do I send it here? Do I send it there? I don't know where to send the sound. So it's just like, no sound for no one. So I think that's what the game's issue was. Dang game. Okay. Hopefully that's the last technical issue we'll have. Because I'm hearing the click. Those clicks are reassuring. The most reassuring clicks of all the clicks. Okay. Graphics quality is still 6. Good. Voice level, still there. Music level, still 1. Did it change the volume mixer level? It didn't change the volume mixer level. Okay, good. Take 2 or 3. However you want to count. There we go. Now, Buggy can have some action. Yay! Let me move my cursor. I'm not sure if your guy's gonna be in this, Bug. I know you really like the bunny. I'm not sure how much he's gonna be in this one. Well, I'm sure he's gonna be in it some. But I don't know if he's gonna be normal, I guess I should say, because they stole his brain last episode. I think you missed a little bit of that. Yeah, it showed like his head was like cut open and kind of flopped open there. They'll probably re-show that. We'll probably re-show that at the beginning. I think they showed. I think they did kind of a little, like, tiny recap in the.
Thanks to our magnificent brains, most of us live out our lives under the delusion that we are in control. But are our brains truly in control? Makes you think, doesn't it? Engrossed in the thrilling cinematic exploits of their ancestors, the freelance police have had no time to ponder these eternally vexing questions. But in mere moments, they and you will be plunged headfirst into these murky philosophical depths when Sam returns from his ill-timed bathroom break to discover they stole Max's brain.
Who's they?
Max?
I like the subtitle. Based on a similarly titled thing by Jane Austen.
No.
What happened?
Looks like he's turned into a bit of flint paper. Oh dang, Sam is angry.
What happened to Max? Talk!
We don't know! 1 second we were guarding the devil's toy box, then BAM! Out went the lights!
Through a fog of rage, darkness, and raisinets, I tried to remember what Flint Paper told me about interrogating suspects.
Rule number 1, don't let the suspect control the conversation. Get him talking, then surprise him. Interrupt him with a question, or call him a liar, freak him out. And if all else fails, bring little Miss Persuasion out for a stroll.
Okay. Try interrupting the suspect's story with a question or a threat.
Actually, I think it was more of a boom, really.
Really? Because I distinctly heard it more like a bam.
Anyway, someone knocked us out with a booming and or bamming sound, and,
Well, that's the last thing we remember until you woke us up and started snarling at us.
Yeah, that's the last thing we remember.
Rule number 2, timing is everything. When you hear the suspect lying, that's when you jump in and accuse him.
Okay, I was moving the thing and it wouldn't let me do anything. When you interrupt different parts of a suspect's story, you get different responses. The right interruption at the right time can break the suspect. Okay, wait, why's my mouse? Why is my controller suddenly not working? Oh crap, what the crap?
Yup, I was totally unconscious the whole time. I certainly didn't see anything interesting, no siree, Bob.
Can we go now? The apocalypse is at hand, and we've got plans to make.
No, let's run through it again.
Fine.
What happened to Max? Talk!
We don't know!
1 second we were guarding the devil's toy box,
then BAM! Out went the lights!
Actually, I think it was more of a boom, really.
The controller's suddenly not
I
working.
heard it more like a bam.
Anyway, someone knocked us out with a booming and or bamming sound, and,
Well, that's the last thing we remember until you woke us up and started snarling at us.
Yeah, that's the last thing we remember. Yup, I was totally unconscious the whole time. I certainly didn't see anything interesting, no siree, Bob.
Can we go now?
Oh, now it's
the
working.
apocalypse is at hand, and we've got plans to make.
No, let's run through it again.
Fine.
My controller
What happened
quit
to
working
Max?
on me.
Talk!
Thankfully, I plugged it
We
in,
don't know.
unplugged
1
it,
second
and
we were
plugged it back
guarding
in,
the
and it worked.
devil's toy box,
Then BAM! Out went the lights.
Actually, I think it was more
Okay,
of
good,
a
it's working,
boom,
it's working.
really.
Really? Because I distinctly heard it.
You say the lights went out? That light was joy. And it's getting snuffed out all over the city, dragging us all into a sea of blackness.
Can we go? Your gramophides are really bringing us down.
And we're in a doomsday cult.
No, keep talking.
Well, that's the last thing we remember until you woke us up and started snarling at us.
Yeah, that's the last thing we remember. Yup, I was totally unconscious the whole time. I certainly didn't see anything interesting.
Liar!
All right. I came to before Jebediah, just in time to hear the telltale sounds of a brain being removed from a bunny.
Obadiah, why didn't you do anything?
I was afraid. Afraid that he'd remove my brain, too.
Who? Who took Max's brain?
It was the space gorilla.
Skunk Ape.
Of course. He must have been released from the penal zone when the toy box was stolen.
I'm so sorry.
Not half as sorry as that brain-stealing space ape's gonna be when I catch up with him.
Rule number 3, mole men are easy. To crack the tough nuts, you'll need information to prove your case. Sometimes you gotta ask around to get the dirt on the doers. Now, go get 'em.
Sometimes info from one suspect will help you break another. Remember to interrupt at the right time to get the info you need.
I wrote a mental note to thank Flint at Max's funeral and got ready to squeeze some punks.
I'm guessing Max isn't really dead. Surely they didn't really kill Max off. let me get my cursor out of the
General
way again.
Skunk Ape. I should have known. That space ape had wanted Max's brain ever since he found out it was special. Now that special brain was gone, and I was cut loose, drifting in the neon current, hoping for a lucky break.
There's a...
Hello, ugly. You're one of Skunk Ape's goons. Where's your boss? What did he do to my little buddy?
I don't know. I haven't seen General Skunk Ape since you unjustly imprisoned him in the penal zone. I'll never forget his final terrified howl as it echoed across the dimensional bound.
Unjustly? Don't make me chortle. When you get right down to it, we all deserve to get tossed into the penal zone. You, me, the guy who delivers your deep dish pizzas, all of us, bubbling over with sin and corruption and...
Is there a point to this, or are you just trying to get me to quit?
Sorry, just thinking out loud. Where were we?
As I was saying, since Skunk Ape's imprisonment, I've been reevaluating my life choices. I've abandoned violence for a career as a sign spinner. It's a very fulfilling, low-temperature job, more suited to a space ape.
Reevaluating your life choices? What does that even mean?
Skunk Ape's defeat made me take a really hard look at myself. Honestly, is there anything more pathetic than a middle-aged space gorilla waving his blaster around the galaxy like some kind of teenager?
How about a dead partner?
The only way to break the cycle was to just walk away. Now I have a wonderful job as a sign spinner and a girlfriend in the village, and I don't even have to shoot anyone.
How nice for you.
But enough about me. You should talk to the rat. Yes, the rat. He certainly seems plugged into the ins and outs of this.
Rat? What rat?
Frankie the rat. He traffics in stolen merchandise and tawdry gambling rings.
Where can I find him?
He hangs out on the corner of Veni and Vidi in the Latin Quarter.
This one's definitely different so far. I can see where they were definitely doing, where Telltale was becoming,
Frankie the Rat. The name left a bad taste on my tongue and an itchy sensation in my boxers. Still, there wasn't a rodent more plugged into the bad wiring in the city.
I can see where they were starting to make the different choices, you know, which wound up making like their Telltale game so popular, you know, like The Walking Dead and The Wolf Among Us, you know, which really was a key component of those games, that having to make those choices that were difficult. That's cool, I think. I don't know if the other Sam Max games are going to be like that, but this one is.
Hey, Rat.
Sam, buddy, how's it hanging?
My partner's got a bad case of a missing brain, and someone thinks you might know something about it.
Brain, huh? Well, I did see something unusual and brain-related a little while back.
Spill!
I was given directions to a confused tourist. Poor fella was wandering around in circles, scaring all the kiddies with his umlauts and tvortisnocks and whatnot. I was almost done helping the guy, see? When bam! All of a sudden, this space ape comes barreling down the street, fighting with some other mook. A space ape carrying a brain!
Skunk Ape.
I hadn't seen anything that weird since Aunt Jacqueline's vacation slides from Pismo Beach with the jellyfish on the water skis. Anyways, so I grabbed the tourist, and we ducked behind a bunch of crates with the other gorilla. We kept our heads down until the fight moved on down the street. And that's all I know about the space ape what took your buddy's brain. No fooling. That's all I know. I don't know.
You lie!
Hey, Sam, I never lie about my cowardice. I'm really proud of it. So now what?
One more time. What do you know about my partner's brain?
It's like I was telling you. I was given directions to a confused tourist. Poor fella was wandering around in circles, scaring all the kiddies with his umlauts and tvorti...
Where?
Hey, take it easy, big fella. I sent him right over that way, about 2 miles.
Okay, but was that what we needed to find out?
Frankie the Rat helping a tourist? It was absurd. Absurd like Max was, back when he had a brain. So imagine my surprise when I found Frankie's tourist wandering around the bad side of town.
This is definitely different.
Oh! Ah!
Uh-oh.
You, foreign guy, what's your story?
Ooh, an American police shakedown! How thrilling!
It's a real honor. Now, what do you know?
Well, about an hour ago, I was getting directions to the museum district from one of your colorful local rats.
And Frankie sent you here?
Yeah.
That dirty lion rat.
You know, back in Europe, I had so many warnings about your country's rats, but this Frankie was so gracious and helpful. Anyhow, I was about to give him a tip for the help, when all of a sudden a Weltraumliebe Wachzauberkrieg erupted in the middle of one of your asphalt fjords. At least I think it was a Weltraumliebe Wachzauberkrieg. It might have been more of an Ödeler Spokenfreundl affair. But I digress.
I feel like
after
those
the
are
fight
fake
moved
words.
on, I discovered that someone had picked my pockets, leaving me empty-handed and ibble-skibbled in a strange land. I left the scene of the crime, carrying nothing but the clothes on my back. And you know what else? I'm starting to think that this isn't actually the museum district. Maybe I am mistaking the friendly rat's directions.
Yeah, I think that guy needs... I think he's too trustworthy.
Let's hear your sad little story again, from the top.
Very well. You know, back in Europe, I had so many warnings about your country's rats.
Another lost soul on the highway of life, forced to get directions from the rats at their feet.
Excuse me? I'm afraid I don't understand your greedy American metaphors and allusions. Ausgewählt.
I like how he's saying this out
I was about to give him
loud.
a tip for the help, when all of a sudden a Weltraumliebe Wachzauberkrieg erupted in the middle of one
When
of
you know
the
in the
asphalt
you know in
fjords.
like the
At least
Nor
I think it was a Weltraumliebe Wachzauberkrieg.
movies or
It might
whatever,
have been more of an
he's
Ödeler
actually
Spokenfreundl
singing in his
affair.
The
mind.
hard rain's coming, pal. And when it comes, you're gonna wish you were only in a Weltraumliebe Wachzauberkrieg.
Your grimness is depressing, but something must be getting lost in a translation. So, as I was saying, after the fight moved on, I discovered that someone had picked my pocket. And you know what else? I'm starting to think that...
It's a strange land, all right. Strange and dark and twisted
Please stop! I'm already ibble-skibbled enough.
Sorry.
De nada. Anything else?
That's Spanish! What? What nationality is this guy? Sounds like German, sounds like he says Donato, which is Spanish. Does he know where he's from?
Let's hear your sad...
Very well.
Okay.
You know, back in Europe, I had so many warnings about your country's rats, but...
Museum district!
See, yeah, as a child in Europe, I always dreamed of visiting your city's famous museum district with its Institute of Incomplete Technologies and Hall of Filthy Arts. It's a little more underwhelming than it appeared in my schulbooks. Any Flugen, I was about to give him a tip for the help, when all of a sudden a Weltraumliebe Wachzauberkrieg erupted in the middle of one of your asphalt fjords. At least I think it was a Weltraumliebe Wachzauberkrieg. It might have...
Ultra super colored what now?
A Weltraumliebe Wachzauberkrieg. My people's word for a stunning battle between a strangely garbed man and an alien space gorilla carrying a brain in a jar.
Whoa, they have a word for that?
So, where was I? Oh, yes! After the fight
Amazing,
moved
they
on,
have a word for
I
that
discovered
very
that someone had
specific
picked my
situation.
pockets, leaving me empty-handed and ibble-skibbled in a strange land. I left the scene of the crime, carrying nothing but the clothes on my back. And you know what else? I'm starting to think that...
What?
Ibble-skibbled! It's a common European word that describes the feeling of my disorientation combined with nagging doubts about a rat. Honestly, what do they teach you Americans in your schools?
Video poker!
So, what else would you like to know?
Huh.
Let's hear your sad little story again, from the top.
Very well. You know, back in Europe, I had so many warnings about your country's rats, but this Frankie was so gracious and helpful. Is that one of your famous American handguns? Fascinating. We don't have any of these in Europe, you know.
That wasn't very
I was
effective.
about to give him a tip for the help. Well, at least I think it was a Weltraumliebe Wachzauberkrieg. It might have been more of an...
Liar!
Nein, nee, it really was a Weltraumliebe-Wach-Zauberkrieg. Well, more like a kleine Weltraumliebe-Wach-Zauberkrieg. But anyway, after the fight moved on, I discovered that someone had picked my pockets. And you know what else? I'm stuck.
Liar!
Moi? Lie? How dare you make such an accusation without a shred of proof? When I get back to the hotel, I will report you to the European consulate at once.
Fine.
Fine. No, where was I? Oh, yes.
We didn't have to do this conversation to begin with, so this might be a completely dead end. Let's go and leave.
People in this country are so intense.
I like how ineffective that gun was.
The tourists seemed like just another victim circling the drain, but I knew there was more to the story. It was time to circle back and flush out the truth.
Okay, are we going back? Oh, we can choose who to go to. Okay. So Dark Alley is where the tourist is. Frankie the Rat, I think that's where we need to go. And Sign Spinner. Oh, okay. Sign Spinner is okay.
Frankie, what do you know? I was given directions to a confused tourist.
To the museum district?
You talking about the
Poor fella was wandering around in circles,
talking about the
scaring
tourist
all the kiddies with his umlauts and tvortisnachs and whatnot. I was almost done helping the guy, see? When bam! All of a sudden, this space ape comes barreling down the street, fighting with some other mook. A space ape carrying a brain!
Skunk ape.
I hadn't seen anything that weird since Aunt Jacqueline's vacation slide.
A brain? Was it Max's?
How should I know? All I know, it was a brain in a jar, and that crazy space gorilla was holding on to it like it was his best friend in the world. So anyways, I grabbed the tourist, and we ducked behind a bunch of crates with the other gorilla. We kept our heads down until the fight moved on down the street. And that's all I know about the space ape what took your buddy's brain. No fooling. That's all I know.
Other gorilla? What other gorilla?
Believe it or not, it was another space ape. He was spinning a sign for some pet store, the poor schlub.
So that dirty punk sign spinner did see Skunk Ape.
So now what?
Well, we found some new information now.
One more time. What do you...
It's like I was given...
To the museum district?
Yeah. Poor fella was wandering around in circles, scaring all the kiddies with his umlauts and tvortis... Hey, man, no need to pull out the heavy metal. I'm talking, see? So,
okay, so I guess
like
threatening
I was
is
saying,
only good when they're not.
I was almost done helping the guy, see? When bam!
Skunk Ape.
I hadn't seen anything that weird since Aunt Jacqueline's vacation slides from Pismo.
My partner had a brain once. It wasn't the best brain in the world, and a lot of people said it was chemically imbalanced. But it was his. And now it's gone. Gone like hula hoops and print journalism.
What the heck are you talking about, man?
Sorry, got lost in the moment. Go on.
Like I was saying, so I grabbed the tourist, and we ducked behind a bunch of crates with the other gorilla. We kept our heads down until the fight moved on down the street.
Like hula hoops
and that's all I know about the space ape what took your buddy's brain.
Sure, hide behind your crates and wait for someone else to do something. But one day, the violence in the streets is gonna spill over the gutters and stain your pretty white socks with the blood of the innocents.
Socks? I don't got any socks. I'm a rat.
And don't you forget it.
So now what?
Okay.
You're welcome.
So we need to go back to the first guy now, I think. Dogs, dogs, dogs.
Back. Now where's Skunk Ape?
I don't know. I haven't seen General Skunk Copy since you unjustly imprisoned him in the penal
Boom, we know that's a
zone.
lie.
I'll never forget his final terrified howl as it echoed across the dimensional boundaries.
What are you talking about?
Don't you remember when you and your partner defeated my leader, the magnificent General Skunkape, by trapping him in the penal zone?
Oh yeah, that. So?
As I was saying, since Skunk Copy's imprisonment, I've been reevaluating my life choices. I've abandoned violence for a career as a sign spinner. It's a very fulfilling,
You lie!
No, it's true! I've abandoned a life of violence and conquest for an honest, peaceful job as a sign spinner. See?
Ah, yes. So,
Where were we?
But enough about me. You should talk to the rat. Yes, the rat. He certainly seems plugged into the ins and outs of this gloriously filthy metropolis.
Where's Skunk Ape?
I already told you. I don't know. I haven't seen. I'll never
Let's go
forget
Nor
his
every
final,
time. Oh, okay, I already did
terrifying
Nor
howl as it
there.
echoed across the dimensional boundary.
that story ain't gonna wash, Bonzo. Your pal Frankie told me all about how you and he hid from a fight between Skunk Ape and some other guy. Now, make with the lip flapping and I better like what I hear.
It's true.
Okay.
A few of your Earth minutes ago, I was spinning my sign for Frankie the Rat and a tourist when General Skunkape came running down the street, chasing after a strangely garbed man. To my everlasting shame, I cowered behind a crate like a common Venusian bonobo.
Strangely garbed?
Yes, a man in a faded jacket and a strange hat. He seemed to be carrying a box of some sort. General Skunkape was in hot pursuit. After the general and the stranger fled the scene, I discovered that he had dropped this. I'm surprised he didn't come back for it, but he appeared to be in something of a hurry. Oh well.
Give me that toy.
No! I need it to get back in General Skunkape's good graces. Once I return this artifact to the general, he'll forgive my temporary abandonment of his goals and welcome me back to his crew with open arms. Oh,
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna
I've
happen.
come to miss standing at my general's side these past few hours.
Huh. You're fooling yourself, kid.
What are you talking about?
The only thing Skunk Ape's gonna welcome you with is a fistful of phasers. You can't go home again. You can't even get on the porch. You've tasted the apple, peed in the pool, bitten the hand that rocks the cradle. You're a sign spinner to him now, and that's all you're ever gonna be.
You're right. It's hopeless. No matter what I do now, I'll never soar through the galaxy at my general's side ever again.
You've peed in the pool. You've eaten the apple. You can
And I hate to tell you,
only go on the porch.
sign
You can't
spinner
even go on the
either.
porch. That's hilarious.
I hated to see a grown gorilla cry, so I got in the car and looked for another lost soul to join me as I gazed into the abyss. Finally, a clue. The last time we saw the rhinoplasty toy, Max's special brain used it to turn into a bazooka. Now it was going to lead me to the guy who stole that special brain. It wasn't exactly ironic, but I didn't care.
Who is the stranger?
Crime-tron, do your stuff. What do you mean not found in database?
The Crime-tron requires additional clues to make an informed deduction.
Clues? I haven't got time for clues. Max's body is starting to smell differently.
Then maybe you should stop yelling at my girlfriend and start with the clue-finding.
Grrr. Frankie lied to me about helping that tourist. I hated when punks lie to me.
Frankie, what do you know? I was given directions to a confused tourist.
To the museum district?
Yeah, poor fellow was wandering around in circles, scaring all the kiddies with his umlauts and tvortis.
Don't lie to me, Frankie. I talked to your tourist, and it looks to me like you sent him over to the wrong side of town to get rolled by your rat pack.
Maybe I did, maybe I didn't, but this conversation is over. I ain't saying nothing till I get some legal representation. The nerve of some people, trampling a rat's God-given merengue rights. There ought to be a law or something.
Stop lying!
Who says I'm lying?
Talk!
Are you deaf or something? I ain't talking without a lawyer, and you can't make me. I'm pleading the fifth.
Yeah.
Maybe even the...
You want a lawyer? Here's an attorney from Smith & Wesson.
Okay, I'll talk. Sheesh. Like you guessed, I gave the tourist directions to the bad side of town, but I was just winding them up, really. Hey, ask me, the schmuck deserved it. Acting all high and mighty and European, wearing his fancy... What? You know, the bad side of town. Hoboville, Flemberg, Broken Corners, that area. Anyway, when the big fight broke out, me, the tourist, and the other gorilla ducked down behind a crate, and I, picked their pockets. The tourist was loaded with high-exchange European stuff, but all the other guy had was funny-looking green cubes. After the fight moved on, the tourist got a nice souvenir for his trouble, and I skedaddled back here. And that's all I know, honest. Ask anybody. They'll vouch for old Frankie, if they know what's good for him, that is.
I'm gonna go New Orleans
Once more,
time.
with feeling.
See what he,
If you insist. Like you guessed, I gave the tourist directions to the bad side of town, but I was just winding them up, really. Hey, ask me, the schmuck deserved it.
The whole stinking city's wound up.
Look,
like a...
do you want me to finish my story, or do you want to go off on another depressing tangent?
I'm not really sure.
Anyway, when the big fight broke out, me, the tourist, and... The tourist was loaded with high-exchange...
Sure, hide behind your crates and wait for someone else to do something.
Okay.
Sucks!
And
He's
don't
already
you...
said that.
Anyway, after the fight moved on, and that's all I know, honest. Ask anybody. They'll vouch for old Frankie.
I used to skedaddle before the weight of the sin and debauchery.
Yeah, the world's a dark and miserable place. I get it.
Okay.
Once more, with feeling.
If you insist. Like you guessed, I gave the tourist direct... Hey, ask me, the schmuck deserved it. Acting all high and mighty and European, wearing...
You're lying! No, wait, you're not. Keep going.
Yeah,
anyway, when the big fight broke, the tourist was loaded with high-exchange European stuff, but all the other
This
guy
is where
had
we need
was
to find more
Other gorilla?
information.
What other gorilla?
Believe it or not, it was another space ape. He was spinning a sign for some pet store to push, schlub.
So that dirty punk sign spinner did see Skunky.
Yeah, we already know about
Anyway,
that.
after the fight moved on, the tourist got a nice souvenir for his trouble, and I skedaddled back here.
Wait, the tourist
and that's
got
all I know, honest. Ask anybody. They'll vouch for old Frank.
Souvenir?
Yeah, something fell out of the funny hat guy's pocket, and the tourist scooped it up.
What was it?
I don't know, something.
So the tourist didn't leave empty-handed after all.
So what now?
Stick around.
So yeah, now we gotta find out what they got.
I shall count the minutes.
I'm liking this one so far. It's different.
Ooh, a repeat performance.
Let's run through it one more time. And speak slowly. I'm an American.
As I said before. About an
I'm
hour
American,
ago, I was
speak
getting
slowly.
directions to the museum district from one of your... You know, back in Europe, I heard so many warnings about your country's rats, but this Frankie was so gracious and helpful.
You don't think he's lying.
You're right, it was more like 57 minutes ago.
Oh.
But American police are stinklers. Anyhow, I was about to give him a tip for the help when all of a sudden a Weltraumliebe Wachzauberkrieg erupted in the middle of one of your asphalt fjords. At least I think it was a Weltraumliebe Wachzauberkrieg. Might have been more of an ödeler Sport.
I'll just threaten him. I don't think I need to, but I'll threaten him anyway.
Is that one of your famous American handguns?
Okay, yeah, same thing.
After the fight moved on, I discovered that someone had picked my pockets, leaving me empty-handed.
Here's where he's lying.
Skippled in a strange land. I left the scene of
feel
the
like
crime,
Phoenix Wright,
carrying
only way
nothing
more
but the
depressing.
clothes on my back. You know what else? I'm starting to think that this is...
Don't play innocent with me, metric lover. The rat saw you pick up something after the
Metric lover,
fight.
wow.
Now spill.
Yeah, it's true. I took a souvenir from the fight. I didn't think anyone would notice. Here.
Norrington. Who the heck is Norrington?
I don't know. Just don't hurt me. You Americans are all animals.
Well, he was a dog.
Norrington. The name rang fewer bells than a sleigh in July. Hopefully, it would be enough. Okay, Crime-tron, this is your last chance before I start looking for an upgrade.
So we've got the toy and we've got the Norin part. Seems like maybe we could find some information from that.
Come on, you obsolete hunk of junk. Talk! Where's Skunk Ape?
Sam, no!
Stop holding out on me!
Get away from her, you brute.
Mostly natural history.
Finally.
Not completely natural
Audiences
history.
across the
Mostly
country say, you're a monster, Sam.
What have you become?
The Museum of Mostly Natural History. The tarnished jewel of the city's once thriving museum district. Max and I always meant to visit, but we'd never gotten around to it.
Live nude bunnies.
Now we're finally going to take in its thrilling and dubiously educational displays with a vengeance.
So, Bug, would you go see a nude live bunny show? I mean, Max seems to be your favorite character on here. To be honest, he's always naked, though. It would be like normal bunnies just walking around. Actually, probably wouldn't be sexual at all. It'd just be like, hey, da 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 da. We're always naked, so it's...
All right, Skunk Ape, it's time to pay the piper. Plus tax and applicable service fees.
Sure you don't know what I'm talking about. Oh, now we're actually kind of in our normal thing, huh?
Hang tight, little buddy. I'll take a look around after I track down Max's brain.
Let's look around down here first. I don't see anything to... Here's something.
It's a telltale trail of Grandpa Stinky's brain-preserving demon broth. Could Max's brain still be alive?
We would hope so. Let's not pull the bone lever yet.
Not now. I've got to find Max's brain.
We've just got the gun. We haven't had the gun, so... No, we did have the gun in episode 1, I think.
Later.
Well, I guess I'll go ahead and pull the lever now.
I'll take a look around after I track down Max's brain. Not now. I've got to find Max's brain.
Why is it suddenly doing that tonight, where I keep having to plug my controller in and out?
Later.
Okay, so we can't pull the lever. No lever pulling. Looks like they just got to go up here and see what's up here. Here's the Egyptian exhibit. Door to planetarium. Which is where I'm assuming we need to go. Yeah. I feel like this is definitely the way to control the game.
To my superior technological might, necromancer!
There's a necromancer.
Show down your simian hindquarters, barbarian!
Oh, it's the guy from last time.
Skunky. And paperweight? He's looking pretty spry for a 120-year-old. And there's the Devil's Toy Box. And is that...
Sam! Get me out of here. This whole place smells like gorilla and patchouli.
Sam, the interloper who foiled my scheme to collect the toys of power and re-imprisoned me in the penal zone?
Sam? The great-grandson of the patron who put the kibosh on my intricate plan to unleash Yog-Sothoth and take over the world?
I hate that guy.
I hate that guy.
Yes, yes.
Oh no.
A common
Oh no,
enemy.
oh no, oh no.
I propose an alliance.
You get the galaxy, I get the Earth.
Agreed.
Nice going, Bubble Brain.
Don't blame me. I'm still trying to find the volume controls on this thing.
Minions, after him.
Sam? Ah, man. Now I'm stuck in here with the alliance of C-list supervillains. Ah, it was way more fun when they were fighting.
It's way more convenient for us when they were fighting. Oh, now we're in control of Max. Interesting.
Come to us, precious ones.
That's cool. Oh, we can return to Sam, so we've got to do stuff in here. We've got to do stuff in here to affect the stuff happening in Sam. That's gonna be cool. So there's the toy box. There's a meter. There's paperweight and a console.
The vortex calls.
Okay, well let's start looking and talking.
What's that for?
That controls our new laser light show. It will bring many, many young peoples to the museum.
If you can lure them away from their zoetropes.
Okay.
Hey you, Fez guy!
What is it?
What are you and Corporal Buttcheeks here doing with the Devil's Toy Box anyway?
We're unwinding and rewiring the synapses of your brain to cast a blasphemous net of tech necromancy across reality so that the toys of power may be properly encased within the Devil's Toy Box.
Ah, that's about what I thought.
Really? Repeat what I just said.
Blah, blah, blah. I've got a wonderful brain. Blargy, blargy. More toys for me. You're a magical mumbo-jumbo guy, so maybe you can tell me. What's the deal with me having psychic powers all of a sudden? Am I going through the change?
It's difficult to say. The only minds on this plane capable of wielding the toys of power are the insane, the simple, or the defective.
Ah, you've been reading my press, kid.
But encountering two special brains in the same bloodline is practically unheard of. Your lineage is most peculiar and dangerous.
You should see us during holiday cookouts.
That's really scary, seeing Max's family. That's a family reunion I would not want to be a part of. I'd want to be way away from that.
Could you try and stop your new buddy from zapping Sam with a banana-shaped ray gun or whatever?
Why should I give a hellbeast's hangnail about the fate of Sameth's brood?
Well, let me get back to you on that. How come you haven't aged a day since my great-grandpa kicked your demon-summoning butt back in the olden times?
The horrible secret of my apparent immortality is too terrible to comprehend, and would surely drive an uninitiated mind such as yours to the brink of madness were I to utter it.
So, Pilates then?
I'm assuming that's their way of saying, getting out of having to come up with a backstory. Just too horrible to imagine, so we're not going to have to come up with a backstory to back up this. Him suddenly showing up in modern times.
What are you doing in this 2-bit museum anyway?
Since my defeat at the hands of your meddling ancestors, I've insinuated myself into the archaeological community, painstakingly gathering the requisite toys of power necessary to reopen a doorway between our world and the realm of Yog-Sothoth.
Nerd.
Nerd.
Why are you and that big dumb ape skunk ape working together?
General Skunkapi and I have had a meeting of minds over our mutual loathing of you, your partner, and your forefathers.
So that added up to what, 1 mind between you?
I just hope his brain-dead minions can dispose of your partner without injuring any of my employees.
Okay. So he owns a museum. Gotcha.
Pretty grubby joint you got here.
It's one of the finest collections in the world. Our Yog-Sothoth tapestry is one of a kind.
Gee, it'd be a shame if Skunk Ape's minions ripped your tapestry to shreds and used it for space towelettes. You know, accidentally.
Don't even think of such a thing.
Hey, yeah, I think we're gonna have to break them up.
Oh, this talking with my brain is making me tired. Let's talk later. Look at all those cool psychic toys. Am I doing that?
Indeed, yes. Your psychic brain, melded to Monsieur Paperweight's sorcery and my super science, have created a techno-arcanic whirlpool, drawing the toys to this convenient container.
So that explains the giant sucking sound in my head.
No, that's just you.
Actually, I'm already feeling like if we have control over the toys.
I can feel them.
If we have control over the toys, I feel like I already know something we can do. We can make Paperweight sound like... You want a banana?
Scanners at full
You want a
power.
banana, jerk face? And he'll be like, what? And Skunk Ape would be like, wait, what? You think we just want bananas?
Perfect.
So yeah, I think we can use that to get them at each other's throats again.
Hey, bad guys, how about a little light show? It's getting boring in here.
I'm afraid that tonight's performance of Mundane Objects in Space, A Cosmic Odyssey, has been cancelled, so that the Yenneler and I might use the projector to summon the scattered psychic toys from the four corners of the globe.
Aww.
Okay, so it don't look like we're going... Okay, maybe we don't have all of them. I'm just seeing two, it looks like. Two toys.
Yes.
And we know that Sam has one of them.
Hey, Skunk Ape!
Yes?
Why'd he come in that direction?
What are you two scamps doing with the Devil's Toy Box?
We're tapping the nigh-infinite power of your brain to create a bifurcated vortex of technological and arcane energies to impel the toys of power to return to their point of origin via a 5-dimensional matrix of quantum foam and sympathetic magics.
Yes, of course.
You have no idea what I just said, do you?
No, but if it means more psychic toys for me, then vortex away. Now that you and Fezhead have stopped fighting, could you tell me how my brain ended up outside my sexy little body?
I took it from you after I was suddenly ejected from the penal zone.
How come I didn't notice?
You appeared to be entranced by a primitive form of Earth entertainment.
Around here, we call it a popcorn coma, big guy.
Ejected from the penal zone. That's quite the expression there, Skunk Ape.
What are you planning to do with my brain once this whole Toys for Jerks drive is over?
The same thing I planned to do before you yanked me into your AirSat's penal zone. Plug your brain into my ship's central computer and use your terrifying psychic powers to conquer the galaxy.
Couldn't we just use them to cruise for chicks? The ladies love a good spoon bending.
That's curious. My scans indicate you don't even like girls.
Could you try not to kill Sam? He's my designated driver whenever I'm in the sauce like this.
All my minions won't kill him.
That's good.
They're under strict orders to drag him, beaten and bloodied, to my feet, so that he might witness my ascension to ruler of the galaxy.
Just so long as he can still drive.
That's awful. What you wait what in there, Bug?
So, long time no see.
Long time? Yes, yes. If only you knew how long. It has been but a handful of Earth hours since you and your companion imprisoned me in the penal zone. However, due to the temporal phase shifting of the zone, I experienced years of maddening nothingness during those fleeting hours.
Ah, that would explain the tiny crow's feet around the eyes. Not to mention that telltale old gorilla smell.
They keep... I like how they keep using the word telltale in this game. Even that's the name of the company that made the game.
What are you doing here, anyway?
The same thing I was doing all those years ago.
Boring me to tears?
Gathering the toys of power so that I might conquer the galaxy.
Why are you working with that creepy paperweight guy?
Monsieur Paperweight and I have reached an accommodation.
Is that legally permitted in this state?
I'm lending my scientific prowess to his mystical efforts to draw the toys of power into the so-called Devil's Toy Box.
That spell thing Paperweight's working on. It wouldn't have something to do with summoning an elder god by the name of Yog-Sothoth, would it?
Now that you mention it, Yog-Sothoth's name did come up once or twice. He's certainly touchy about that precious tapestry of his.
Yeesh.
Okay, so the tapestry is important. We're gonna have to make use of that. Yeah, he don't like girls, Bug. It was in the time travel episode where we found that out. He no, Senpai will never notice me. Yeah, he Bosco's mother is a pretty strange situation that happened. So we went back in time and we met Bosco's mother, who was a very independent woman. She didn't need no man, which was the thing she told us. And but there was like, was it the president or just the guy who worked for the president? I can't remember. But she had a baby making machine, a literal baby making machine where she could combine DNA. And I don't know if it made the baby there or if she like put the thing, you know, put the combo inside of her to give birth like that. I'm not sure how it worked. We didn't ask her about the details like that. So we had to gather DNA, and we messed up. We made Bosco almost not happen because when we told her that Max didn't like girls, suddenly she was all over him. It was pretty funny. We had to make a whole thing about it where we had to make her not like Max. So I had to go further back in time and make Max into a ladies' man. So I guess they got changed back at some point. I don't know how that got changed back, but I guess it happened. It was pretty funny. We had to hack into Max's favorite arcade game to where he couldn't win, or to where he didn't like the game anyway, so that he would go to prom. And that's how he became a ladies' man. So when we went back to talk to Mama Bosco, he was like, "Hey there," and she was like, "What happened? You changed. I don't like you anymore." It's pretty strange. As this game is, very strange.
I see you've got your old band of lackeys back together.
Yes, yes. My mighty army is once again ready to take on the galaxy. At least they would be if Paperweight's filthy security guard wasn't underfoot. That disease-carrying insect had better keep his pestilent thorax away from my boys.
Could you go over there for a while? The way you're salivating over my anterior cortex is creeping me out, frankly.
Very well.
Oh, we can do a full 360 here. Okay. Is there anything else that we can do? There's a door.
Toy location acquired.
These two goofs are about as entertaining as public radio. Oh, I sure hope Sam survived the attack of the minions. I've got a lot of complaining to do.
They didn't look for him they didn't look very hard.
Well, at least I know that Max's brain is still alive and kicking. I'll never get back in there while Skunk Ape and Paperweight are working together. Maybe I can break up those lovebirds from out here.
Okay, so we can't switch back to Max now.
Somehow I doubt they're gonna lure in the jaded thugs of today with laser light shows. Not enough despinings to hold a young person's attention.
Okay, so now we can look around here properly.
Hey, you.
Who, me?
Don't get kid with me, wise guy. What are you doing in the museum after dark?
I'm Sam. I'm with the freelance police.
Freelance police, eh? I heard a lot about you guys. A lot. I'm Sal, museum's security guard. You must be looking into all the freaky shenanigans going on around here tonight, huh?
Yeah.
Well, feel free to poke around. But right now, you gotta do something about this pile of trash.
That's not trash. That's my partner.
Partner, trash, potato, potato. If it's not up and moving in the next few minutes, I'm tossing that smelly lump of guts into the incinerator.
Incinerator? Yeesh.
That's wrong.
That fellow reminds me of my great-granduncle Eustachius. Sal!
Keep it down, will ya? This is a museum, not a locker room.
Would you mind not throwing my little buddy into the museum's incinerator?
What can I do, Sam? If Mr. P finds another corpse strewn about all willy-nilly on the exhibit floor, he's gonna kick my thorax right to the unemployment office. You say your friend's still alive? You better get him moving.
Would you mind not throwing...
What can I do?
Okay, same thing.
But he hasn't got a bro...
Well, maybe you should find him a new one. Sheesh.
Oh,
Some
no.
detective you are.
Oh no, are we gonna have to put a different brain in them just to keep them moving? That'll be amusing.
Sal, why is that name so familiar? Wait a minute.
Oh!
Stinky's used to have a fry cook named Sal.
Yep, that'd be me.
A 6-foot-tall cockroach working at Stinky's? That's shocking. No, wait. What's that thing that's the complete opposite of shocking?
Stinky's is a restaurant, if you didn't know. So they had a giant cockroach working in a restaurant as a cook. That's kind of useful. I mean, it's nasty, but hey, at least your food's getting done twice as fast because he's able to go like, you know, doing the chopping thing and the peeling. But he's able to do it twice as fast since he has 6 legs. If he's a spider, he could do it 3 times as fast since he'd have 4 legs. You know, 2 of them would have to be, you know, on the ground, supporting them. But he'd be able to do it with either 2 or 3 pairs. So, he's able. Sal would be able to do it twice as fast.
So why did Grandpa Stinky fire you?
I don't think I'd eat that.
I mean, aside from the whole disease-carrying vermin thing.
He didn't approve of a cockroach in the kitchen.
That's strange. Grandpa Stinky never had problems with cockroaches before. Nice headphones. Listening to the game? Or maybe some Black Flag?
No, these are my official museum guard emergency headphones. I gotta wear these so that Mr. Paperweight can tell me where to go in case of a security emergency. Of course, I haven't heard from him in a while. He must be busy up there with that space gorilla guy.
Very true there, Bug. Which actually makes it... Would he be quicker? I guess roaches can probably see pretty well in the dark. So he'd have to be the only cook if the lights had to be off. Because it'd be funny if the other cooks, you know, if he was going like chopping up all the stuff, and there's another cook going like, okay, I gotta chop in the dark. They'd be like, ah, my hand is gone. I can't cut my hand off to demonstrate for this joke, but imagine this not existing here. So, of course, I think she was saying that there was only one cook in there, so, thankfully, that was the case.
Don't look now, but there's a scandalously clad intergalactic despot running roughshod through your museum.
You mean General Skunkape? He's an A1 buttwad, all right. But what are you gonna do? Mr. Paperweight's rolled out the red carpet for him and his minions.
Don't you think you should alert the authorities?
What? Lose my job?
How's life with Skunk Ape?
Skunk Ape. That's a good one. I'll have to remember that. Not so bad. Aside from the big gorilla over there guarding the door, most of these apes just hang out in the planetarium.
What's with all the apes running around?
Beats me. Mr. Paperweight told me to steer clear of them. So that's what I'm gonna do.
Any idea what that paperweight loser is doing in the planetarium?
Hey, don't be calling Mr. Paperweight a loser. He's a stand-up guy who took me in and gave me a job.
He's not here, you know.
Nah, I got no idea what that loser's up to. Heck, I can't even understand half the things he tells me over the headphones.
Huh. So, that's interesting. Headphones are interesting.
Your boss is gathering demonic toys for a nefarious purpose.
Toys, eh? And what do you want me to do about it?
Call the Army, the Navy, the Swiss Guard.
You want me to turn on my boss? Dream on, buddy. This is a pretty cushy job here, and I ain't messing it up over a bunch of demonic toys.
Headphones are interesting. That's going to be a way that we're going to have to mess things up.
This place is cuckoo tonight.
To witness the final stage of the coming apocalypse, turn the hourglass. Okay. Whoa, I did not see that coming.
So, educational. Oh, they moved them now. Okay.
I'd better find a way to get Max's body moving before Sal chucks it into an incinerator.
Yep, okay. Definitely got to come up with a replacement brain.
It's a telltale trail of Grandpa's...
Okay, yeah, we've already looked at that. Well, there's a gorilla right there.
I'd better reunite Max's body with his brain, or a plausible facsimile, before Sal tosses it into an incinerator.
So I feel like we're gonna have to scare...
Earth Dog Man, where do you think you're
that guy
going?
with that dragon.
I'm just looking for the snack foods exhibit.
No one leaves here. Sconcape's orders.
Why?
We're supposed to be on the lookout for, Sam. That's it, Sam. Are you Sam?
No, my name is, Tyrone. Sam's that guy.
Tis we! I've arrived at the world-famous Museum of Mostly Natural History. And look, a cute little animatronic monkey.
Mahila to Sconcape, I've successfully neutralized the one known as Sam.
Yes. Describe him.
Hairless, difficult to place accent.
That's not Sam, you fool. Now don't bother me again until you find Sam.
Apparently that, wasn't Sam.
Oh well, happy hunting.
Thank you, Tyrone.
So it sounds like we might have to, make up a fake sound somehow.
It says it's an information desk, but I feel dumber just looking at it. Museum of Mostly Natural History guided tour. Ah, an audio guide that attempts to make sense of the nonsensical museum displays. I should tape one of these for our office.
Oh, that's one thing I'm missing about this season. Yeah, in the first 11 episodes, for the first 10 episodes, in the next one, in their closet, there was an item from the episode before it. So they were getting a whole pile of stuff from all the previous episodes. Something that they're not doing this time.
Behold, the dread wonder of Yog-Sothoth, overfiend
there's the
of
tapestry
the dark
the guy that messed up.
Yeah. I'm glad my great-grandpa stopped that trans-dimensional beauty from manifesting in the east side.
Huh, so I can't actually do anything with the tapestry itself. Let's see, okay.
Hey, it's a Moai head. How's it hanging, big guy? Fine, be that way.
You won't talk to us. Oh.
Inexplicable object of unknown provenance.
Ooh, let's look at this.
The Osmunda Kincadium, aka the boring fern, possessed no interesting qualities whatsoever. That's not nice. I'm sure it was very interesting once you got to know it.
But you put it in a museum.
Eucalyptus porcus, the long-extinct bacon plant, was the evolutionary forerunner of today's domesticated swine. I don't think evolution works that way, but I kind of wish it did.
Is there any other signs here that I missed? Oh yeah, there's something.
Toxicodendron paleness, a prehistoric and virulent form of poison ivy, was 7 times as irritating as its modern counterpart. Primitive life forms were often driven into fits of howling, scratching rage by the merest sampling of T. paleness's secretions. It's hard to believe something that pretty could be so annoying.
Now, are them dots? Oh my word, there's a lot of dots. So many dots. Huh. I wonder if that stuff's gonna be useful. Oh, okay, we looked at that. I wonder if I'll be able to make use of that stuff.
Although the Hindenburg met its fiery demise in 1937, its sister ship, the Aeroschwein, is still in operation today and was a stunt double in the 1968 musical Let's All Go for a Ride in My Beautiful Balloon. So that's where that song came from.
I believe that's a fake. Musical.
Coming soon, a brief history of bad ideas in transportation. I hope Max's brain and body are reunited by the time this exhibit opens. He loves tooling around in comically unviable vehicles. Good thing Max isn't here. Edutainment sends him into an atavistic rage.
What is that? It's a phone, okay.
It's too bad Max's mighty psychic brain isn't here. There's all sorts of new phone numbers on this courtesy phone. I could learn a lot from this, if I wasn't so offended by the choice of fonts.
So there's the Egypt exhibit. Okay. So let me check my phone. Oh, and okay, cool. I saw that one of my past coworkers, he had got married. So he was just saying, I told him congrats. He was saying, he told me thanks. Okay, let's go to the Egyptian exhibit. Get here. 30 forgotten tools. Okay.
This decorative urn contains the preserved brain of the forgotten pharaoh, an obscure and unknown pharaoh of ancient Egypt. Little is known of this pharaoh's brief reign, aside from a few unflattering sculptures and a smattering of bad poems. The anonymous pharaoh's reign came to a sudden end when a band of rebels succeeded in fomenting a populist uprising. Normally, the code of the freelance policeman frowns on stealing ancient brains. Desperate times call for icky measures. Ew, it's warm,
we definitely gotta get the
pulsing,
brain.
and wriggly. I don't know whether to be repulsed or use it as a neck massager.
When you think of brains, you think of neck massagers. And on that note, I'm gonna be away for just a couple minutes. That's a very creepy segue. Speaking of brains and neck massages, I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. Okay. Let's keep it up.
The seven-sided pyramid of Hikabah was the crowning glory of Kestimpum the Tiny until it collapsed under its staggering weight and unorthodox design.
Yeah, I don't think a seven-sided pyramid is very good.
Ah, the Sphinx. I can almost smell it. Seriously, it smells like aspen here.
Smells like aspen here.
It's dioramas like this that make me appreciate the joys of central air conditioning, collective bargaining, and comfortable headwear.
Makes me think of The Price is Right, that little...
I had no idea ancient Egypt was so madcap. If you're going to putrefy and decompose, you might as well do it in style.
That's true.
Hey, it's me. Give or take 4,000 years and a decent tailor. Ooh, pointy and dangerous. Two of my favorite things. Max would love to get his hands on this doohickey. Too bad he doesn't have any hands right now.
Did I miss anything? No, it don't look like I missed anything. I'll do a house. Don't you already have? I have several things. Core controller. And the headset. And then the brain. So let's go ahead and first off, see if we can put this brain in Max. Oh, over here, okay.
Maybe this carefully preserved gray matter will get Max's body moving, or at least twitching and drooling unnervingly.
That's terrible.
Hello? Anybody in there?
Torment of Osiris will be laid upon your feet, heretics! The wrath of Anubis!
Nah, but I get that a lot. I'm Sam.
Oh my! A new body! And it's so energetic!
That's probably one of Max's sugar rushes. You just want to ride him out until you get used to him.
Well, I suppose you want some sort of tedious boon in return for rescuing our spirit from the shadowy realms, yes?
Well, if it's not too much trouble, Your Majesty, I could use some help retrieving Max's brain from a couple of world-conquering Nimrods.
I believe we can aid you in your quest. But where will my brain go after we've restored this Max?
Well, if everything goes as planned, I suppose you can take your pick between an ethnic sorcerer and a superpowered space gorilla.
A gorilla? That does sound promising. Very well, we shall grant your boon. It shouldn't be too much trouble with all these toys of the gods secreted in this fuzzy little body.
Toys of the gods? Do you have the gift?
Is that what they're calling it these days? My people always called it the Curse of Horus. Ungrateful wretches.
Okay.
If you've got creepy brain powers, this rescue's gonna be a walk in the park. Ready to roll?
Lead on, barbarian. Ah, the arrow of power. But where is the disc of madness? Or the orb of unending bounciness?
We haven't found them yet. But here, take a gander at this.
Ah, the wondrous essence thief! How well I remember disguising myself as a palm frond to observe the forbidden rituals at the Temple of Adolescence.
Tyrannical scamp.
That's terrible. What phone numbers did he have back then?
Future vision.
Okay, Future Vision I really enjoyed.
Hey! Ouch! My thorax! My beautiful thorax!
Ouch. Who would pummel a nice bug guy like Sal?
Okay, so are we going to have to make Sal Max? His name is very similar to Sam now that I think about it.
What in the name of Gorgar?
In my experience, it's rarely a good idea to poke a space gorilla in the eyes.
That's what lackeys are for, Sam.
That wasn't Sam saying doing that.
What in the name of Gorgar?
Okay. So we're going to have to start a fight between those two, okay.
Hey, Max, check this out. It turns out that Lady Godiva was a dude.
Ooh, icky.
Well, either I managed to return Max's brain to his body in the future, or you're destined to learn a killer Max impression.
Let's move on.
Okay. Looks like all we can do. We don't have to ventriloquist dummy, though. That would be a good way to start a fight.
Teleportation.
We don't know any phone numbers. And that last thing that he gave us, it lets us turn into any picture, pretty much.
Hey, Sal.
Hey, see you got your pal up and about.
Kneel before your pharaoh, peasant.
Still a little punchy. What's with all the apes running around?
Beats me. Mr. Paperweight told me to steer clear of them. So that's what I'm going.
Your lack of independent thought pleases us.
Right back at you, little guy.
I think you should apologize for threatening to incinerate my obviously alive buddy here.
No offense, pal. I was just following orders.
Ooh, we love it when servants say that. Your loyalty is commendable, Serf.
Okay.
See you, Sal.
Be careful out there, Sam.
Hey, guard guy.
Don't bother me, Tyrone. I've got to keep a lookout for Sam.
Ooh, he's a smart one, isn't he?
Who is this annoying cretin? Are you Sam?
We are the Pharaoh, you odoriferous primate, and you would do well to kneel in our presence.
How about I make you dance instead?
Tra-la-la! That's enough playtime for now.
Hey, guard guy.
Don't bother me, Tyrone. I've got to...
I'm curious. Does your head hurt when you attempt to form complete sentences?
So that starts.
I'm rather enjoying this.
Your primitive projectile weapons are useless against my dense alien hide, Earthspawn.
We like him. He's haughty. The beast couldn't hit the side of a granary with a throw stick. Oh, can't you see we're busy? Can't you see we're busy?
Okay, so we can't use the psychic power, so there's gonna have to be something that we do. Let's...
I'm not giving this away to just anybody.
Welcome to the Museum of Mostly Natural History. My name is Anton Paperweight, and I'll be your narrator on this self-guided tour today. Let us begin. Please make your way to the Mesozoic era exhibit in the center of the main floor.
Well, let's do this self-guided tour then.
Ta.
So I'm guessing it's this that we're supposed to make our way to.
Although it lasted for only 7 weeks during the late summer of 56 million BC, the Mesozoic era produced an incredible explosion of evolutionary diversity, most of which was quickly erased by less ridiculous creatures. gently yank the bone to hear the roar of the Polyosaurus henway.
Polyosaurus henway, okay. Let's pull this bone.
The curious communication devices in this museum look fascinating.
Okay, well, there's a hint. So what number are we on? 4? I think it's 4, ain't it?
Please make your way to the animatron of the terrible beast assaulting the city.
Oh, there's actually, you can look at the display. Interesting.
The end of the world is predicted by top apocalypsologists.
Ignorant peasants. Everyone knows that the world will face its demise when Hathor begins wading in the blood of the heretics, only to be tricked by Ra into drinking a tainted vessel of barley beer to defeat him.
Wait, is that the movie that has everyone dancing on the golf course at the end?
I don't think so, Sam. I don't think so.
Humanity has long pondered about the eventual fate of the Earth. Today, thanks to sophisticated supercomputers, scientists have determined that the world will end in the year 2015, as giant monsters, environmental disasters, and political apathy combine to turn our world into an unlivable hellhole shortly before the sun unexpectedly goes nova.
No comment on one of those. One of those has kind of gotten a little bit true.
Turn the hourglass to witness the Earth's final moments, as predicted by accredited apocalypticians.
Okay, we've already did the hourglass.
Proceed to the Treasures of the Forgotten Pharaoh exhibit.
Okay, so that's in here. I'm assuming that there's going to be something in here, some sort of information that it gives that we'll be able to use. I'm guessing, or either we'll have to put
The
something over
curious
the headset.
communication devices in this museum look fascinating.
Plus, the Pharaoh keeps hinting at that too. So we're on 7.
Please proceed to the...
Oops. Okay, 8. Have a terrible memory.
The museum is proud to have recently obtained the preserved remains of the mysterious forgotten pharaoh of ancient Egypt. Now, poke the eyes to see an ancient, brutal civilization spring to life.
So that's this. Maybe the Pharaoh will tell information. So yeah.
How delightful! I can almost hear them groaning in pain.
You're gonna love reality TV.
So it might be a good idea to relook at this stuff.
The 7-sided pyramid of Hikaba was the crowning glory.
7-sided pyramids! My pyramids had so many sides, they were practically cones!
It's still got that old brain smell.
Okay. Oops, that's not meant to do. So we do need to use the vision on here. What number are we on? 9?
Now, poke the eyes to...
Oops, 10.
And finally, the pride of the museum. Please proceed to the Knights of Yog-Sothoth display.
The curious communication...
Okay, yeah, we're getting it.
Going to putrefy and decompose, might as well...
You're telling me that's the Buckingham Imperial model with the optional scorpion proofing.
Yeah, well, let's look at all this stuff again.
Pointy and dangerous.
Why does this simple device fill me with such a feeling of unspeakable dread?
I think that's just Max's body having a tingle of anticipation. It does that when it sees exotic weaponry. The Sphinx.
Have you heard its famous riddle? It'll knock your sandals off. It's all about, well, there's a cucumber, and then... no, wait. Let me start over.
Don't bother, Your Highness. Really.
Yeah, it's not that funny of a joke. It's like a shook joke, only possibly less funny, which is pretty dang unfunny. It's like a ridiculous level of unfunniness. Let me check my phone real quick. Oops. Okay. Oh, we never did go in the office store. That's right.
That's interesting. Holyoke, Massachusetts. If I remember my field guide for otherworldly incursions correctly, that tentacle's a flagellum from the dark dimension.
Okay. So we're gonna have to do something about that, obviously.
How'd you get here from Easter Island, buddy? He's probably sleeping off a basalt binge.
Okay, he still won't talk. Okay. Oh yeah, let's
Your
actually
Highness?
talk to the to the Pharaoh.
How'd a kid like you get to become Pharaoh? Did your daddy Pharaoh die when you were young?
Oh no, our dad was a sandal maker. We became Pharaoh after we stumbled upon the toys of the gods while stealing coins from a tomb. The toys awakened latent abilities within us, granting us the power to cast the royal family into the Nile and reshape the entire kingdom in our now divine image.
Now there's a heartwarming rags to riches story. If the toys made you so powerful, how'd you end up as a pickled brain in a jar?
During our reign, there were always a few troublemakers who, impervious to our divine powers, rebelled against our benevolent but firm dictates. We suspect one of them finally snuck past our defenses.
Hold any grudges?
Sam, that's all in the past. Even if we did hold an eternal grudge against the mystery assassins who deposed us all those centuries ago, it's not as if we can do anything about it now, right?
Right.
Yeah, it's true. I'm not used to such reason coming from Max. It's a strange feeling.
So, Your Highness, you impressed by the 21st century yet?
Oh, most definitely. Though we do feel a bit out of our element.
Don't worry. Once we teach you a few crude gestures and get rid of the whole talking in the plural thing, you'll fit right in. After all this is over, we'll all head to Broadway and take in a show.
Oh, bread and circuses! Are there gladiator fights?
Actually, it's mostly a bunch of people dressed up as cats singing about wanting to break loose, and then a chandelier falls on them.
That's a strange musical.
How'd your brain stay alive all these years, anyway?
Before our death, we left strict instructions with our viziers to pickle our brain in a special solution of crocodile tears and ground ibis beaks.
And that kept your brain alive?
Don't be ridiculous. It was our special gift that kept our brain alive. Duh.
Duh.
I'm not sure what I should be doing now.
What do you want us to do about it?
Max usually has some sort of obliquely helpful hint in situations like this.
And that's how you go about solving crimes?
I know. Freaky, isn't it? Any ideas?
I'm certain these gloomy halls have more tales to tell. Let us plumb their crannies.
That should be easy. My first gig out of high school was cranny plumbing.
Cranny plumbing.
I got nothing.
Perhaps the essence thief may be of use.
You mean the rhinoplasty toy?
I mean the essence thief.
I've got to find a way past Cosmic Gorilla Guy and Dr. Strange Accent.
Early in our reign, we found out that a minor vizier and a captain of the guard were conspiring against us. We could have wiped them out with a thought, but it amused us to turn them against each other instead.
I knew we were going to have to turn them against each other.
Let's roll.
Aha! We shall roll like a wheel, yes?
You sure know your obscure cultural references, Your Majesty.
Roll! Roll onward!
Hey, teleports onto the stairs. Oh, that's what I meant to do.
And finally, the pride of the museum. Please proceed to the Knights of Yog-Sothoth.
Oh, okay. I already did 10.
The Order of Yog-Sothoth were an ancient society of mystic knights dedicated to serving an overfiend of the dark dimensions. This priceless tapestry, woven from the meticulously groomed back hair of the knights, is all that remains of their order.
You? Not, back hair, that's lovely.
To see the terrifying power of the Yog-Sothoth tapestry, pull the sword from the eyeball.
Okay.
Behold, the dread wonder of Yog-Sothoth, overfiend of the dark dimension.
Creepy. It's a good thing our forefathers kept this guy from
We like him. He reminds us of our father.
Really?
Of course not. Our father was a sandal merchant. That's a picture of some sort of unholy hell beast. Really, Sam, you're far too gullible.
There's something we're going to have to do with that. I'm not sure what it is. Oh, hey, whoa.
None shall pass.
Gotta love the classics.
Oops. Let's save the game. We haven't saved the game yet. And let's press this just to see what happens. We'll see what happens with the Pharaoh. Yeah, we get it. We get it.
Your Pharaohness? That's all I... That fellow reminds me of my...
Okay, well let's go back to the Egyptian place. Ooh, actually... Let's use the future vision and see what happens to that thing. Dang it, don't tell. Well, what is that? That's kind of strange. Oh, he's turning it. Oh, it's all Egyptian up in here. That's cool. Oh, I can look at the tapestry. Did I not look at that before?
Oh, the subhumanity.
Why will you say that?
Since we're in a museum, I assume it'll be some sort of obscure historical reference.
So we're going to have to burn the tapestry, or it's going to have to burn at some point. Interesting. Well, let's go back into the Egyptian place. And see... Oh, get in there. See if we can use the future vision in it. Oh. Or see if we can use any of that stuff in it.
Future vision.
It's not looking like.
Hey, Max, check this out. It turns out that Lady Good...
Ooh, icky.
Well, either I managed to return...
Let's move on.
Okay, that's the same. Now, when we looked at the phone, it did say something about there were phone numbers on it, so... We do need to go back to that.
Rhinoplasty.
Allows you to take pictures of inanimate objects and transform into them.
Rhinoplasty.
Oh.
Ha! My new form reminds me of my summer pyramid on the shores of Bar El Zaraf.
And it'll come in handy in the unlikely event that we need a seven-sided die to defeat Skunkade.
Okay. He has turned back to normal. So can we use this? It's actually
Rhinoplasty.
okay, so save the pyramid. Okay, well that's interesting. We can become a pyramid. Oh, don't knock my headphones off.
Hey, Your Majesty, check out these spiffy phone numbers.
Phone numbers? Ah, hieroglyphics to activate the translocation toy. We always wondered how that device worked.
It probably would have helped if the ancient astronauts who taught you how to build pyramids had left behind a few telephones. Say, one of those phone numbers is brand new.
Huh, so now we can transport in places. Oh, you know, let's see what if we can get back in here. Okay, so this is we don't actually go there. We can just switch back to Max.
I'll be back for you once I get.
Yeah, I don't think we can. I don't think we can do that quite yet. Oh, hey, here's something we can transform into.
Rhinoplasty.
I don't know why we want to be a Hindenburg, but let's do it. Or the whatever. Yeah, that is the Hindenburg.
Whee!
Be careful, Your Highness. You're full of hydrogen and dangerously
I know what we
unstable.
need to do.
Oh, lighten up. I have. Whee!
Hey, guard guy.
Don't bother me, Tyrone. I've got to keep a lookout for Sam.
Whee!
Oh.
Exhilarating.
Oh. Oh. We could use it for this, couldn't we? Is it lit up enough? Oh, I don't think it's lit up enough to turn into Yonks of God. Dang. Oh yeah, and that's the Hindenburg. Oh, and there, what was that? There was something else. Okay, that's a picture of a skull.
How droll, a talking skull. I'm sure that will be useful.
You don't think that's useful there, Pharaoh, dude? I think a talking skull is super useful.
Rhinoplasty.
Now, is that that's not really a picture, that's more of a model, so. Probably can't do anything with it. We're gonna try. I don't think it will. Now, it is a picture when it comes back around. I don't think it's gonna be a picture that we can look though. We'll try it. We'll give it an old college try. Nope. Okay. I didn't think so. Okay, so we got the Hindenburg, the skull, and the pyramid we can turn into. Let's keep that knowledge there.
Teleportation.
The office, the info desk, the Egypt exhibit, and the upper level. Oh, we can teleport into the office. Nice.
So this is Paperweight's office.
What a dump!
Someone's coming.
Why have you left the planetarium?
That intergalactic bully is driving me bananas, and his minions are a threat to my beautiful museum. Can't you do something?
Get a grip on yourself, man. Can't you see our long struggle to gather the toys is almost over?
You think I don't know that? I've been dreaming of this second chance for decades.
Then stop whining and get back in there.
Yes, sir, Dr. Norrington. Right away, Dr. Norrington.
Norrington.
His imperious attitude puts me in mind of a lute teacher we fed to my crocodiles for correcting my divine embouchure.
You know, Max's patter is a lot less...
violent.
multisyllabic.
Who is he talking to?
This office could use a little tidying up, and a good firm raising.
You call this a museum? In my kingdom, tedious knickknacks like this would be burned to keep our outhouses warm.
Ah, the hint that he kept giving about communication devices was about the telephone. That's right. I see now.
This office could use a little tidying up, and a... Paperweight's phone. We've got his number.
Oh, we certainly do.
I guess let's look at the scrolls first.
4 ancient diabolical summoning spells, and 1 pretty good chili recipe. Check it out, Your Majesty. An insanely detailed top-down drawing of the city.
What a remarkable illusion of depth.
Oh yeah, you didn't have perspective and vanishing points in your time, did you?
Of course we did. Why, we had a whole chamber full of perspectives and a headdress adorned with vanishing points. And... shut up!
Looks like Paperweight subscribes to Obazoth's nonsensical Grimoire Club.
Am I missing anything? Don't look like it. Yeah, I looked at the box of files. Well, let's use the toys.
Future vision.
Okay, well, there we go. What? There we go. What the crap?
Talk about a chilling vision of the future.
We are not amused.
Well, I'm not seeing anything else in here for the future. Wait, what is that? That's sound. Okay.
Rhinoplasty.
I don't think we can take any pictures out here either, can we? No, I didn't think so. Whoa, wait. Oh, we can... Really? The map? Do we turn into the map or turn into the city?
How amazing! We've been transmogrified into a glittering futuristic metropolis. Why do we feel like we're about to vomit?
That'd be the East River. Try to breathe through your mouth.
Wait, can I talk to him?
Your Highness?
Yes.
Maybe Sal can help us out.
Don't count on it. He's the sort who only obeys his master's voice.
What do you think?
Your Sal seems like a dependable sort. I bet he'd try to walk across the Nile if his master told him to.
So, okay.
That's all I got.
Just tossing the CD around.
It's locked. What kind of paranoid freak keeps his door locked from the inside?
I locked all my slaves inside my birthday pyramid after they finished building it.
Paperweight's not a slave.
Are you sure?
Okay, yeah, paperweight's off. So that's safe. Okay. Yeah, back to bunny form. Back to bunny. Well, let's teleport somewhere else. Info desk. That's about where we started. Egyptian exhibit. Where's the phone in that? Oh, duh. Duh, there's the phone.
Teleportation.
You got the upper level. Oh! Duh. Huh.
The nerve of that gorilla shooting at royalty.
Let's talk to Sal. I feel like we've got a hint.
What's with all the apes running around?
I don't know and I don't want to know. I'm not getting anywhere near those animals.
See you,
we know that we gotta get a
Careful
fight
out there,
started
Sam.
between
This place is cuckoo
him and the
tonight.
space monkey. Not spare time, son, though.
Rhinoplasty.
What ill?
Hey, guard guy.
Don't bother me, Tyrone. I've got to keep a lookout for Sam.
Ooh, he's a smart one, isn't he?
Who is this annoying cretin? Are you Sam?
We are the Pharaoh, you odiferous primate, and you would do well to kneel in our presence.
How about I make you dance instead?
I'm rather enjoying this. Oh, this is too easy. I wouldn't mind another flyabout.
Wouldn't mind another flyabout.
Huh.
Which makes me think the Hindenburg. Okay. So let's make them the Hindenburg. That's the thing you don't hear very often. Yeah, let's just make them the Hindenburg.
Rhinoplasty. Rhinoplasty.
I hope there's nothing in this museum that could trigger an explosion.
Ooh. Oh!
Behold, the dread wonder of Yog-Sothoth, overfiend of the dark dimension.
If we could make him shoot the Hindenburg near that, it'd probably catch fire. Ooh, maybe we need to wait. Okay, cycle one around.
Sal shouldn't stand in one place all night. A little tour around the museum would keep his metathorax from cramping.
Okay, just about now.
Hey, guard guy.
Don't bother me, Tyrone.
He's right back.
Please.
Dang it!
Exhilarating.
Oops. What if we gave him the
Hey,
headset?
Sal, look. 3 monkeys violating that statue of a head.
Where? I didn't see nothing, which is a good thing since we put all the monkeys down in storage with the leather jackets.
Oh! Okay, the information isn't important. It's where he tells to go that's important. Aha!
Welcome to the Museum of Mostly Natural History.
Mr. Paperweight. Gee, thanks. That's the nicest thing you've said since you hired me. So, what can I do for you, boss?
And finally, the pride of the museum. Please proceed to the Knights of Yog-Sothoth display.
Knights of Yog-Sothoth exhibit? Right away, sir. Boss? Well, if you don't have anything else for me, I'll just head back to the
dang.
base.
Okay, so we got to tell him to do something. Okay.
And finally, please
Knights of Yog-Sothoth.
To see the terrifying power of the Yog-Sothoth tapestry, pull the sword from the eyeball.
Pull the sword? Will do, boss. Looks okay to me. Anything else, boss?
Huh.
The Order of Yog-Sothoth were an ancient...
That's really illuminating, boss. Anything else, boss?
Now, poke the eyes to see an ancient, brutal civilization spring to life.
I don't see any eyes to poke around here, boss.
Oh!
Anything else, boss?
Oh.
Let us begin. Please make your way to the Mesozoic era exhibit.
I know what you do.
The main floor.
The dinosaur exhibit.
Yes, this is gonna be hilarious.
Please proceed to the treasures.
The Egypt exhibit.
Oh dang, no,
Right away, boss.
don't do it.
I guess Sal's out of range.
I'll head back to base now, Mr. P.
The museum is proud to have recently obtained the preserved remains of the
That's great.
Now, poke the eyes to see an
It's number 9.
brutal...
I don't see it.
Number 9.
Let us begin. Please make your...
The dinosaur exhibit.
Now, poke the eyes to see an ancient, brutal civilization spring to life.
I'd poke its eyes, boss, but I can't reach it. Anything else, boss?
Dang. I'm trying to get him near the monkey to poke the eyes. If only there's a way to get the monkey to go somewhere else.
I'll head back to...
Let's use future vision.
Hindenburg conveyance. It's not dangerous, is it?
Well, you might want to avoid sudden downdrafts and puncture wounds.
Oh, actually, I think I know what I needed. I think I need to start a fight between two. Okay, let's do this.
Rhinoplasty.
Okay, now let's get him over there.
And finally, the pride of them. Please proceed.
Knights of Yog-Sothoth.
Actually, we can't move. He'll go back to the,
To see
first
the
place.
terrifying power of the Yog-Sothoth tapestry, pull the sword from the eyeball.
Pull the sword? Will do, boss. Looks okay to me. Anything else, boss?
Humanity has long pondered about the eventual fate of the Earth. Today, thanks to sophisticated supercomputers, scientists have determined that the world will end in the year 2015 as giant monsters, environmental disasters, and political apathy combine to turn our world into an unlivable hellhole shortly before the sun unexpectedly goes nova.
Yeah, boss. Very informative. Anything else, boss?
Turn the hourglass to witness the Earth's final moments as predicted by accredited apocalypticians.
Boss? There ain't no hourglass here. Anything else, boss?
Please make your way to the animat...
The beast attacking the city. Right away, boss.
Turn the hourglass to witness the Earth's final moments as predicted by accredited apocalypticians.
Turn over the hourglass. Check. Anything else, boss?
Let us begin. Please make your...
The dinosaur exhibit.
We can tell them pull the bone.
Gently yank the bone to hear the roar of the Pollosaurus henway.
Yank the bone. You got it. Yo! Looks like everything's working A-okay, boss. Anything else, boss?
Now, poke the eyes to see an ancient, brutal civilization spring to life.
I'd poke its eyes, boss, but I can't reach him. Anything else, boss?
Okay, he'll say the same thing here, won't he?
Now, poke the eyes to see an ancient, brutal...
I don't see any eyes to poke around here, boss. Anything else, boss?
Please make your way to the animatron of the
The beast? I see a beast, boss, but he's not attacking any city. Anything else, boss?
Oh! Whoa!
Now, poke the eyes to see an ancient, brutal...
I don't see any. Anything else, boss?
Please make your way to the animatron of the terrible beast assaulting the city.
Oh!
Beast attacking the city. I see a beast, boss, but he's not attacking any city. Anything else, boss?
I know what we gotta do. Okay, let's
go. The door is almost weird enough to look like a museum exhibit. Almost.
That's a good... I like this. I like this. Oh, he's floating in the air. That's awesome. I love that. I thought something was screwed up with my controller. Okay, let's go back to the office. Let's get the map of city. So we're gonna have to become the Hindenburg at some point. We gotta be a city now. Oops, let me get that cursor off the screen.
Rhinoplasty.
Okay. Let's go and turn into it.
You call this?
That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. I'm liking this. Oh, idiot. Okay, I can't do the. I can't be the city now. I gotta use them. I gotta be the bunny to get out of there. I'm going to say Max, but it isn't Max. It's Max's body, but it's not actually Max.
Teleportation.
So let's go back to the front. Okay, now turn into the city.
Rhinoplasty.
Let's have them start fighting the city.
That apocalypse beast is a
Hey, guard guy.
Don't bother me,
Ooh,
Who is this annoying?
We are...
How about I'm...
Can't you see we're busy?
Please make your way to the animatron of the terrible beast assaulting the city.
The beast attacking the city. Let's see. Ah, there it is.
Now, poke the eyes to see an ancient, brutal civilization spring to life.
Poke its eyes. Really? Oh, well, you're the boss.
What in the name of Gorgar?
What should I do now, boss? Ouch! My thorax! My beautiful thorax!
In the realms of Embo, what is going on out here?
I kinda hated doing that to poor Sal.
Yes, most unfortunate. Beetles are sacred in my culture.
Actually, I think he's a cockroach.
Really? Then let him rot.
Wow.
General Uncape.
What?
I would very much appreciate it if your minions would refrain from manhandling my employees.
And I would appreciate it if you stopped using specious words like manhandling.
Oh, take it like a man, you big ape.
Dang.
I can't believe I have allied myself to a sniveling irritant like you.
Irritant? Do you think I enjoy having my schemes yoked to an uncouth, half-naked space fascist who can't even capture a 6-foot-tall dog in a suit?
I assume you can do better, you half-witted conjurer?
Watch me.
Nice simmering. One more unfortunate misunderstanding should be enough to push Tom and Nicole here straight into supervillain divorce court.
Tom and Nicole. Wow. So now I'm guessing we have to...
These Gamulon scanners.
What's that for?
That controls our null.
If you can lure them away...
Okay, so yeah.
Yo,
Same thing.
PWA!
What? I'm busy.
So, about Sal.
Sal? He is recovering from an unprovoked assault by a vicious space monkey.
Ah, poor guy. He deserves a space monkey who'll treat him right. Why are you and that big dumb ape, skunk ape, working together?
I have no earthly idea. Dr. Norrington keeps telling me that Skunkapi is the key to finally gathering all the toys and completing the spell, but nothing is worth this abuse. Nothing!
Yes, feel the hate grow within you.
Wow. Okay, Darth Sidious.
I sure hope Skunk Ape's boys don't trash your museum. I bet the hairballs are piling up already.
If those space simians monkey with my precious tapestry, they will feel my hot, explosive wrath.
Fine. Just keep your hot wrath off my jar, will ya? It takes forever to clean. All this talking with my brain is making me...
Oh, we can talk to the minions now. Or could we do that before?
Hey, minions!
Yes? Don't talk to the squishy one, me T-ho. The General says his brain has the power to cloud apes' minds.
Flatterer. Hey, Skunk Ape!
Yes?
Again, why does he come from the other side?
Why are you working with that creepy paperweight guy?
Because I foolishly believed that I could tolerate a brief alliance with this insulting necromancer in order to gather the toys of power. I even consented to allow him to complete that stupid little spell he'd been working on.
That spell thing Paperweight's working on. It wouldn't have something to do with summoning an elder god by the name of Yog-Sothoth, would it?
I wouldn't be surprised. Every other word out of that cretin's mouth is Yog-Sothoth. You'd think that tapestry was his security blanket the way he carries on about it.
Oh boy.
Don't touch the Yog-Sothoth tapestry. Yog-Sothoth is unstoppable. Words cannot describe the unspeakable terror of Yog-Sothoth.
I need some me time.
Very well.
I guess no one's gonna be able to enjoy the classic combination of dubious astronomy and classic 70s rock until I break up these BFFs.
Oh, you know, I didn't look straight up. Okay, nothing straight up.
Come to Max, you dangerous little psychic toys!
Looks like Max is stoking the fires of discord. I'll see if I can add some fuel from out here.
Okay, now we gotta be the Hindenburg somehow. Yeah, we gotta get rid of that tapestry somehow.
Are you okay? That space ape was pretty rough on you.
No biggie. That's what chitinous exoskeletons are for, am I right?
Oh, right.
Anyway, I'm not tangling with that guy again. Not even if the boss man tells me to.
In my day, we'd have you flogged for such craven cowardice.
Yeah, well, craving this, fuzzy britches.
Dang.
See ya, Sal.
Careful out there.
Dang. That was some back talk.
Hey, guard guy.
Don't bother me, Tyrone. I've got...
Right. I'll just let you get back.
Okay, so that's done. Now, what's the extra thing that we've got to do? Will Sal, will Sal still do what we tell him to?
I think Sal's had enough.
Okay, so we
Spare
can't
the
even
lash,
do that anymore.
Spoil the slave.
So that's not even an option. So Sal is not involved in burning that. Can we shoot it?
The commissioner frowns on wasting bullets on people that don't technically need to be shot.
Oh, oops. I was trying to shoot the bunny. Oops.
Senseless vandalism has its place, but this isn't it.
Now, what is that again? I can't remember. Mysterious display.
Neolithic mustache clippers? Byzantine belly button waxer? Ming Dynasty mushroom mincer? Etruscan uvula extractor?
Ew!
Carolingian ferret forceps? Inexplicable object of unknown provenance. Neolithic mustache clippers?
Okay, now it's repeating. Can't shoot that, can we?
Senseless vandalism.
Okay, no, can't shoot. Well, let's become the Hindenburg again.
This Hindenburg conveyance. It's...
Well, you might want to avoid sudden downdrafts and puncture wounds. I hope there's nothing in this museum that could trigger an explosion.
Something in the museum that could trigger an explosion. That could. Possibly. Okay. Yeah, don't open his mouth, does it?
Hey, guard guy.
Don't bother me, Ty.
Right. I'll just let...
Okay, so yeah, we can't have him shoot it. Now, maybe we can shoot him.
You call this a museum? In my kingdom, tedious nick...
Oh, there we go.
Could you move just a little bit to the
okay,
left,
cool.
Your Majesty?
Why?
No reason. Oh, the subhumanity.
Okay, we were the one who was supposed to shoot him, not the gorilla.
That was really quite exhilarating.
You're welcome.
Now never do it again.
No problem. Whoops.
Let go of me, commoner!
Shh! Who is making all that inferno racket? Yaxaga! No!
Never place your hands on our divine personage.
Lighten up, Your Majesty. I think we're about to see some fireworks.
Ooh, fireworks. I like fireworks.
What?
One of your ignorant minions has destroyed the museum's priceless Yogg-Sothoth tapestry!
Oh, really? Mahila!
Yes, sir.
Did any of you destroy Mr. Paperweight's precious tapestry?
No, sir.
I believe you owe me an apology, partner.
You're right. I'm sorry.
Apology accepted.
Sorry, your minions are trigger-happy Neanderthals.
That's it! I've had it up to here with your incessant, petulant whining!
Petulant? Well, I've had it up to here with your imperious attitude and your odiferous banana breath.
Banana breath? Banana breath?
Wow.
This alliance is over!
So be it!
It warms my heart to see these two fighting again. At least I think it does. Sam better come get me before these two losers knock over my jar, or worse, kiss and make up!
Wait here, Your Majesty. This move's gonna require some sneakiness, and that body you're wearing isn't really known for its stealth.
Very well.
Resistance is pointless, Terran flea!
Eat my primordial wrath, monkey boy!
Dang. We got some disses going on here.
Sam! It's about time.
I would have been here 2 or 3 explosions ago if someone I know had the slightest bit of impulse control.
Hey, my body's walking around without my brain. How'd you work that out?
I found a loner in the creepy Egyptian exhibit. Nice kid, but a little bit of an attitude. Now let's get out of here before Goofus and Gallant figure out that we've played them for chumps. Come on, Your Highness. Your Majesty?
Uh-oh.
The toy box! It's mine again!
The box!
Sam, you didn't stick the brain of a psychically gifted, unstable adolescent pharaoh in my cute little body, did you?
Maybe.
That is so cool!
That's not the reaction that you would
Must resist.
Norrington, help me!
Who's Norrington?
By hammer of Ptah, the hairballs of Bastet, and the hangnails of Anubis, reality itself will kneel before Salmon Mac.
Oh, that's Salmon Mac.
We should be leaving.
You think?
That's the guy from Tomb last time.
And so ends another mind-boggling mystery solved by the loping wits and the capriciously applied violence of the freelance police. Who's up for a sugar grenade?
What the hell are you talking about, Sam? I'm still a brain in a jar!
Don't be silly, Max. You've always been a brain in a jar.
No, I haven't. I'm a short, sexy lagomorph with an enormous mouth and dead, shark-like eyes.
Hold that thought, little buddy. We've got some idolizing to do.
Say what?
Salmon Mac is handsome! Salmon Mac is cute!
When we think of Salmon Mac, we give a big salute!
Oh, you have got to be kidding.
Attention, everyone! From this point forward, those little things at the ends of your shoelaces. Aglets? Yes! Aglets are hereby decreed to be the most horrible things in all the world.
It's a good thing I don't wear shoes.
Sam, snap out of it!
Snap out of what?
Ah! Just get me out of here! I gotta find my body!
I was wondering if that was the end of the game. I was gonna say it's kind of a short one if that's what it is. Okay, Act 3. Let me see how many acts are in this one. Actually, I will be right back. I'll make sure I didn't just hear my mom. Okay, everything good. Spoiler-free walkthrough, so that's good. Just want to see. Okay, Act 4. So it has four acts. I'm assuming we just entered. I'm assuming we just entered the third act. So I'm guessing we're about halfway done with it. Let me go ahead and call the stream here and pick it up again tomorrow night. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm not feeling super sleepy, but I'm feeling a bit hungry, and it's 2:30, so it wouldn't be a bad idea to sleep fairly soon. So yeah, I think I'm going to call it there. Yeah, I will. Anyway, thank you, Bug, for hanging out with me. And if anybody's lurking, appreciate you lurking with me. And I will catch you next stream. Later, folks.